Okay, so I'll just start. Hello everyone, welcome to the HCM. And on behalf of the HCM 3S02S students, instructors, and participants, I want to extend a very warm welcome to everyone. My name is Fiona. I'm a project manager for the service learning. So I joined the service learning last year, and I'm coming again this year as the project manager. So without further ado, allow me to quickly introduce what exactly do we do in the service learning. And what better way to explain is from our Facebook, because we always update it every week. So I think this really captures some of the essence of what we do. So right now we are currently serving two recipients. The first one is a high school student from the UCCKE for ethnic minorities, and we're teaching them different skills such as housekeeping, restaurant, bar, and cooking. And next week we are going to serve to another high school student too. We're teaching them practical skills such as housekeeping, restaurant, bar, and cooking. The original plan of this service learning was intended to be done in overseas, but unfortunately due to the COVID situation, we have to change the plan and do it locally. But we are so glad too that we have the chances to do it locally because we are able to connect to the people in Hong Kong too. So I think without further ado, I'll just quickly explain what do we do. In the beginning phase of the service learning, week 1, we wanted to ensure that every student that come here, despite that most of them come from the HCM background, we want to ensure that they are equipped with the necessary skills. So what we do are mainly still having a hands-on experience themselves before teaching to the others. So you can see here we were cooking some shumais and some dumplings and different kind of coffee making skills together. And I think that's what pretty much we do for the first 2 weeks. A lot of them is just experimenting together and just learning how to make bads or how to cook onion pancakes and different things together and try to build trust. And then to build our initiative and the feelings to sympathize on others, and we actually conducted a volunteering work to understand more and be more aware of the needs of the society. So on the week 2, we actually did a volunteering at the Food Angels where we pack meal boxes for the one that needed. And it's been an interesting experience to working in these big kitchens, serving together and learn that, understanding there's a lot of people who are in need for this kind of social acts. Next, in week 2, we still continue our training. The students are starting to get more of a hang of what we're doing, so they start to understand better of the flow that they want to do, and they are also start to plan more for the learning. As you can see here, they are still preparing, but we are also coming for a cross training. It's a kind of where each teams kind of teach each other, so that not only they gain those skills, but they also have an idea what it looks like when they serve the participants. So this is just some of the things we do. This one is on this day in particular, we actually did a culture sharing. So I did my cooking of Indonesian cuisine, and one of our students were from Pakistan. He cooked some Pakistani desserts and some samosa. And these are just students enjoying themselves and learning. And in week 4, we did another cross-training session. So we are divided into 4 teams. So people from the bar team learn the restaurant skills, or people from housekeeping learn cooking, and so on and so on. Because part of the objective for them to join this is also to be to gain skill in those areas, even though they are not in those particular teams. And I think it actually has given them a good initiative of understanding the different things, the challenges that MF faces. Lastly, on the last day of the cross training, they did some team bonding. They spent some time on making cocktail on the bars, which we will demonstrate later on. But they also did some time spending time just talking in the afternoon and eating lunch together, where they get to grow this deeper bond as they're gonna serve the recipients for 4 days straight later on. So by the 5th week, things were getting more serious. The preparation were more intense now. They know that they're gonna be facing the recipients by next week, and they're just learning more of the fine-tuning the different skills. So as you can see, they're just trying to do the practicals and doing a presentation on the proposal and getting feedbacks from the teachers in the high school that we are serving to. So lastly, this was taken around the first day of our service, which is on the Wednesday. So it's the first time that we also met the high school students, and it was really interesting because they come from different backgrounds, and just to be able to teaching them the different skills. A lot of them are very excited because they learned THS program in the high school, but they didn't really get chances to do practical learning. So to learn more about the stories and like what they want to do in the futures and what can we do, not just like limited to their service learning, but as a university students, we can always guide them to their choices, like future choices. We have a lot of Form 5 students, but there's also a lot of Form 6 students who are thinking about what they wanted to do after they graduate. So this one is also yesterday. So I think all in all, after 2 days of serving and including today, which is the day 3, we have been like very grateful to have these chances, and we really look forward for more opportunities like this in the future. So, I think that concludes my introduction to the presentation today. Thank you. I think because of the time too, is everyone here today who's just joining the workshop? So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 or 9. So I think we are now going to have some interactive workshop on the, sorry, I was like looking at Raymond, but looking at the interactive workshop that we have. So I think we can divide it like maybe here, 5 and 4 here. So maybe 5 people and 4 students. Oh, you guys have divided yourself already. Okay, that's cool. So maybe there will be 2 groups. So the first group can start with the bar for 15 minutes, and then restaurant, cooking, and housekeeping to experience what we are learning. Due to the time concern, it might be a bit shorter, but maybe perhaps you can understand more what we are doing and see like what exactly that we teach to the children. So, and then the other group will go through housekeeping, cooking, bar, and restaurants. And I think, hopefully you guys can like have something to take away after this experience too. So I think, can start?
I will take housekeeping.
Oh yes, so for the teams, so for the teams that's going with housekeeping can follow Raymond. Yeah, just leave it here, it's okay.
Your text can be here. Our 4:30. Yes. Just keep your profile. It's very easy.
Okay, so you guys are the other groups?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna start with bar, and this is like the bar team.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna stay around here for the first introduction.
Do we have to wear this?
Not yet. You guys have to wear that in the restaurant, in the cooking, yes, later on.
So welcome to the bar team. My name is Cyrus. We're 2 members from the bar team of the service learning that Fiona just introduced. So today we're going to be introducing 2 types of drinks that District 1979 is really famous about. Both of these are mocktails, so there's no alcohol in it, unfortunately. Anyhow,
What do you call it?
there's 2 mocktails. The first one is called Asian Lemonade, which will be demonstrated by myself, and the other one is called Violet Block, which will be demonstrated by.
You take care of them. I take care
So
of them.
let me I'll just pass around the menu, you guys can kind of see. So before we start off, of course, we gotta say, pay attention to the hygiene as well, so we're gonna kind of wash our hands. Let's have you guys also wash. Yeah, let's have you guys also wash your hands just for hygiene issues.
Okay, guys.
So we, I don't know, how many times, we stopped at 45. Cool. in our lecture, we actually teach you how to pop as well. Because they're working underage, we're not really allowed to work with alcohol with them. For a few reasons, they're underage and they're also related to some of them. So it's around for some of the religion. So it's simple to drink alcohol as a religion. So we can't really touch alcohol around them. So we kind of substitute it with mocktails. Alright, so to make this drink, first of all, you take this glass called a hurricane glass, and you add some ice in there. You kind of fill the glass open first. So set it aside. Change a little bit until the glass opens. Set it aside. And the next thing we'll get so this is the first one we're going to be making. The method of making this drink is shaken and strained as well. So I'll get the shaker. It's a shaker and also has an internal strainer as well.
Is it easy to purchase anywhere?
You can get a free sheet on Taobao.
Oh.
Yeah, but at the same time, of course, there's different levels to it. Like, there's different kinds of strained mixer shakers as well. This is a small one, and this is a bigger one that most bartenders usually use. It's called a Boston shaker. It's a little bigger, do one thing with it. But for this one should be working on top. And so we grab a tool here called a jigger, bartender's measuring cup. And so we're going to be blowing drink each of these ingredients first. First of all, I'll get lemongrass syrup. I'll add 20 milliliters into the shaker here. So I'll pour this in. So that's around 2/3 of this top part. In. Then we'll take the ginger syrup. Right here. 20 ml. Same ratio as the lemongrass syrup. Right in there. Next, we'll be using lime juice. 15 ml. So that's half a shot lime juice. And then 60 ml of pineapple juice. So we use the bigger part because that's 2 shots of it. Shaker. And then next we'll fill in the and then we'll regular shake. So what shaking does to a drink is that it'll dilute the ice inside the drink. And by doing so, the water and diluted ice will cool down the drink. So because of the shaker, I usually open the top part so the air will kind of come out. Put back on. So you're ready to shake. So a lot of people ask when do you know when to stop? Yeah. So you kind of stop when you kind of feel that this is kind of a little bit too cold to handle. Your hands are getting kind of numb. That's how you know how to stop. That's how you get. And then remember this glass that we used? It's kind of chilled right now, so we'll dump the ice out. And we'll add used ice in there. Around like 60%, 70% will should be coming. And then open this up. So this glass comes with a strainer. This shaker comes with a strainer, right? So all I have to do is pour it in. And then to end this drink up, we'll top it up with some soda water over here. Like so. So at this point, the drink is ready to be served already. But as a requirement, it'd be nice to get decorated a little bit. So we'll take some of this in. Very bottom stem. And then usually when you tap a little bit, the aroma comes up. And so right there. So right there, get the straws, get it in, and it's ready to be served for your customers. So So I kind of want you guys to taste it. So I here got some paper cups. Here you go, please grab one, and you pour some for you guys. So
Did you invent this recipe?
no, actually it's a recipe from the student posted restaurant over there called District 1979. So the staff there actually are really nice enough to teach us how to make it. Yeah. So I'll add some ice here. These are really common syrups that you can use. That you can see a lot of this, like from expensive bars, even maybe 7-Eleven use these kind of syrups. And so just this brand Monin, it's kind of an industry standard that we use, so you get it anywhere. Really. I would say probably that'd be better. So here you go. So yeah, this drink will be a little bit sweeter since we have two types of different syrups inside. Yeah, you take a little bit of ginger as well as lemongrass. Both of them are pretty Asian Oriental type of flavoring, so
Very refreshing.
very refreshing. So yeah, that's the first drink, Asian lemonade. Yep, there you go. And right now Kenneth will demonstrate how to make the second drink.
Yes, so the second drink is called the violet block. So apart from the method that Sarah just performed is shaking, and this time we will use a layer method of making. So the ingredients we need are some butterfly pea infusion here, and then we'll need some apple juice, and we'll add some rose syrup. And of course, we'll need some lemon juice drops, and garnish it with a lemon slice. So the first,
Yes, exactly.
butterfly pea infusion. Yeah. And the first step is we have to top it up with ice. And then we'll need to use the jigger to measure the volume that we need. So the first thing we need to add is the rose syrup. So for the rose syrup, we'll need 25 ml. And then just pour it in. And then we'll use the measuring cup to measure 100 ml of this apple juice. So then at last, we need 100 ml of this infusion. And then
Oh, the keep that good. Keep secret.
Yeah.
Under layered drinks like this, should we stir them before we drink or they're not supposed to?
Actually, stir it will be a better choice if you before you taste it. But when the layer drink is actually for appearance, so it's good looking. But before you drink it, you should stir it.
Unless you want like a mouthful of it.
Okay.
But other than like these bottle drinks, actually layers is more useful in like shots and shot glasses. So like when you drink it like all together in case you
Okay, go to one mouthful.
yeah, you taste them all simultaneously.
So maybe on the meantime, do you guys want to explain more what you guys usually teach? Because this is just a short glimpse of what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
So like you guys walk through more like what we teach the students.
Cool. So these students are high schoolers who are interested in working in the hospitality industry. And so to get them ready for the DSE program test, they would have to, we taught them a lot about bar management and also the history surrounding maybe alcoholic beverages as well as coffee beverages. And so a lot of the time when kids see a bottle, they really don't see anything for the drink itself. However, looking into it, there's actually, like for example, rum. It's actually from sugar cane, and it's actually made really cheap, and the qualities behind it really made really famous. And so a lot of stuff like that, we talked about it. And they also had a chance to have a hands-on experience with the espresso machines that's over there, and also making their own mocktails. And so not only we are engaging the practical measures of things, we are also getting a lot of experience on like the history, sophisticated side of the beverage culture. So hopefully we'll also be your interest in working in this industry later on, specifically in the food and beverage sector on making drinks.
And helping recruit students, how do students find out about this
Actually, a lot of time we actually reach out to them, so we look for what could be potential recipients, and we try to email them about like, oh, they're being provided this opportunity. So I think they just happen to be one of the recipients that replied to us, and we're really grateful because we were like looking for. Oh no, we really just email school by school. Like, we really look for like what school provided THS because that would be the DSE program for hospitality and really aim for the students. I think they would benefit about this the most, and we just try to email the schools and look if anyone's really interested in it.
Currently we have, for one of the schools, we have around 29 students.
Quite a number.
Yeah, quite a number. So we're split into 4 different groups, which unfortunately you see on the whiteboard. So instead of like you guys are rotating every 15 minutes, right? So every single day we'll go to the station. So we're spending around 3 hours at each of these stations. So like, yeah, so today, one of the groups was spent here on part of 3 hours, and tomorrow they spend 3 hours in the restaurant. And then continue, and each of these times they have to train. Yeah. So,
But before this year, you mentioned that this used to be taught overseas.
Yeah, so we used to have a recipients at Vietnam. We have a company work with Java, I guess, Java with one of the known NGOs, which is like kind of coffee farm, and they have like their own guest houses. So a lot of time it focuses on managing the guest houses or promoting the coffee because they want to like invest on the markets and stuff. But yeah, unfortunately because of the COVID situation, we thought that for a moment we could go because it was getting better, and then suddenly Vietnam has another rise of cases. So now we're like have to reach locally. And back then, even before the NGO, we actually reached out to a culinary school in Vietnam, like Sesame School. But then we are now under renovations to redevelopment. So yeah, it's been like a lot of development. Yeah, so I think thank you so much.
Welcome. What do you guys enjoy your drink? What do you guys think about the drink itself? Refreshing. Yeah. Personally, I think that the recipe is a little bit sweet, but I think that kind of is catered towards the taste buds of the people who usually visit them. But like when I'm making myself, I kind of adjust.
I need some
Yeah, a little bit more sweet, right? Yeah, you use around 40 milliliters of different syrup in the first one. But like, however, I like to adjust it accordingly. So if I put half this and half more, I use it. So a little more. But that's just for me. A lot of people like to have sweeter stuff, you know. That's not for some others.
herbs, like condiments.
Yeah.
Usually they're for savory food.
They are for savory food,
But
but
also use them for coffee.
we kind of got these for like more for the creative side. So if we have time during our practice with the children, we might do them a challenge saying that okay, here are all the ingredients. There's some relevant, some irrelevant, and they could actually try to make their own recipe depending on how they taste, how they like to taste.
Okay, so maybe we can head to the next restaurant, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Nice rotation there.
Oh, maybe the cocktail.
Okay, we'll throw it away.
Yeah, I'll throw it away.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So for restaurant, we're gonna and we are going to the bistro, which used to be a Chinese restaurant for the student here, the HTF students. But right now, because of COVID too, we are preventing using like this gas.
Welcome.
the Western food lab. Here is the kitchen for the SHTM. Usually we have the F&B subject and face-to-face F&B subject. We will practice our cooking skills here. So usually we will have the Hojata. Our teachers will show a small lecture for us. And then the first row is for the demonstration. And then the second and then the back is for the hot machine cooking and for the students to practice. Okay, so like this week we are doing the surface learning training, and then we do our surface with the high school students. This one we just captured this morning. We conduct our service to the ethnic minorities high school students. And then we will share some cooking skills and some kitchen basic knowledge to them. Okay, and then today, for the workshop, we will do a hands-on pineapple cake. We already prepared the pineapple cake here, and then you can have a look. We prepared the video, and then show you how to make a pineapple cake. For the pineapple cake, we have to cook the jam. We have to cook the jam by ourselves. We usually use a fresh pineapple. Just like today, we practice the steps with the high school students as well. And then actually they have a great time here. And then we have to cook our jam until it is caramelized. And then also we have to making a dough. And then we have to weigh the size, because we always mention about the portion control and to standardize all the size of our pineapple cake. So we have to weigh the exact grams, and then we have to walk the filling. So each of the pineapple cake have to be the same size. We also mention this to the high school students. Okay. And then we will cook it later on. So now will be the cooking training. The remaining time we will do a pineapple cake. So please, wearing the gloves first for a hygiene reason. Here are the ingredients of the pineapple cake. Actually, for the butter, we use a real butter, but because the anti-minorities, because of the religious purpose, we change all into a vegetable butter and a vegetable milk powder instead of a real milk powder. So all the ingredients we change to a vegan brandy. So now we will demonstrate how to walking the filling.
So as you see, we have a dough and also a pineapple jam filling. So what we have to do is use the dough to cover the pineapple filling, then put inside and we send it to the oven and bake for 12 minutes. So the first step is that we have to use the dough to form a ball, like this. And then use your hand to press it. So remember, we have to use this part of the hand because it's more flat. So press it until this size. And then the next step, we can use the pineapple jam to put on the middle and cover it. Like this. And then we can form a ball again. And then form it like a rectangle. And then we have to search for a surface that looks more pretty. So in this one, I think this surface is more pretty. So the surface that is more pretty should face on top. And then we can put this one here. And use your hands again to press it slightly. Be gentle, remember. Like this. So this is what we're going to do now. So I think all of you can have a try on making the pineapple cake. So each of you can try 2 of them.
Okay, make sure you walk the filling and perfectly. Don't spill the filling out because when we put it in the oven, it will burn. Walk the filling.
Press it into this side. And then grab a pineapple jam filling in the middle. And then cover.
This step is quite hard.
Yeah, this is the most difficult part of the pineapple cake recipe because it requires more skills.
You can do it slowly, it's okay.
Like this.
When you're doing the walking, I have a small sharing. So today, our service recipient is a ethnic minorities. So actually, our original recipe is kim siu mai and spring roll and chengdu. Actually, we have some meat item inside, and then we change all the recipe into a vegetarian to cater our service recipient.
Yeah, and then you can put inside.
And then we will bake it, and then you can get your pineapple cake after you finish your workshop.
Dạ vừa cái còn vừa được không?
Yeah, good.
Nice. If you want a recipe, you can ask us to. We can send you the soft copy, and then you can try doing it at home. It's not too difficult actually. But for the cooking the jam, it takes quite a long time, around 40 minutes, until it becomes a jam.
Jam should all be covered inside. Okay, so here you have
Okay, after you finish walking, you can take off your gloves.
Yes, that's part of the house or flat. Yeah. That's it. Yay.
So you may have a look of our service learning we just conducted in the morning. We mentioned about some kitchen safety and food safety. This topic is the high school students, they have few knowledge and usually they have no concept about some kitchen layout and kitchen safety. So we have have a 3-hour training in the morning, and then we mentioned about the kitchen safety, food safety, like the temperature, danger zone, and we cover so many topics about their DSC exam. Because they are taking the hospitality management study in their DSC exam, so we cover many topics, and to let them have a more concept and more practical experience to maybe encourage them to develop their career after graduating. And some of them already finished their DSC exam. And then they apply the hotel management subject in the SHGM. So we also mentioned some knife skills, some different cooking cuts in the kitchen, and we also mentioned about the portion control. So we cover this topic in our service learning for the high school students. So I hope you enjoy this 15 minutes workshop today. So thank you for attending our sharing. So now you can move to the next task. Okay, thank you. Finish. Thank you. You can go with it.
Here and there, that's all.
Okay, thank you.
So before using the cutlery to polish it, to remove the water droplet from the dishwasher, and let's watch this video together.
Do 1/3 of it with hot water. Then prepare a dry towel and empty tray with polished cutlery. See the stains? It doesn't mean that they're dirty, but in fact, these are actually water droplets from the dishwasher, and that's why we need to polish them. Take the towel in one hand and dip the upper part of the cutlery into the hot water. Using the same towel, dry them gently to remove the stains, and put them into the empty tray. Don't touch the cutleries with bare hands, or else there will be fingerprints on them. And there we have it, all the cutlery is ready to use.
For the same reason, we have to also polish the wine glass. And here is the video for polishing the wine glasses. it seems that there is some technical problems, then let's move on to the section first, which is technical.
Okay, so after get to know some of the calories, usually in fine dining restaurant, for every table setting we've got one napkin. And usually we wouldn't just put a napkin like this because it's not pretty, not as desirable. So usually we'll have some special kind of napkin folding for each different type, different restaurants. So today I'm going to teach you guys a bit shortcut. It's a little bit difficult, but it's fine because if everybody just pay a little more attention, everybody will understand. So to start with, unfold the napkin first, and then you can find this PolyU icon. You can find it. So after you find the PolyU icon, the icon will be facing our source, and then you can put it on the table like this. And then we're going to fold a big rectangle. Just fold it like that. And then for the next step, our aim is to make a parallelogram. So first we'll start with the upper right corner. Go towards here. Make a right equal triangle. On your left hand side. And then same for left hand side. Yeah, just go down here. And you've got a parallelogram. So you make sure that it's a two horizontal lines are parallel to you. Okay. After that, we're going to flip it over. And then after that, we're going to take the upper part and fold down like this. And then we're going to just put this triangle out. So after you fold it should be like this, so just put the triangle, tuck it out like that. And then moving on, we'll take, you can see one of the triangles on the upper there. So you can fold it. And then we'll take the right hand side, fold it to the left hand right triangle again. Okay, after this, got the bigger part here, right? We'll just work on that. There you go. We go all the way around. Just bring this edge. And then we'll flip it over again. And then you're going to take the right hand side. And then we'll put it in between. And you can tuck it as tightly as you can. Or else it won't stay. Okay, so after you tuck it in, you can see there's a space here where you use the two hands. And just put it out like this. And just flip it over. There you go. Okay, so now we've got our napkin folded. The next step will be setting the table. So we'll learn how to polish calories, and also we have to polish our water glass, and after that we'll have our folded our napkins. So now let us watch a demonstration on how to set a table properly. So maybe we can have a demonstration here. So if it's not clear for you guys, can move to time zero. Okay, so the first thing is the tablecloth, and also the table. So the table holds an actually also we have to give sound. So we place it
to have a greater understanding on how to set a table properly, and also how to hold that pen, especially the sockets. And we hope that you have gained more exposure on the hospitality industry in terms of restaurant service, and we hope that you have fun today and enjoyed the training. And now let's watch a video about this restaurant to get a deeper understanding on the design and the layout of Restaurant 979. Thank you for coming and joining this training.
Okay.